One thing you might come across while you're considering how to get divorced is something called collaborative divorce. Collaborative divorce is a little bit newer. It can be a little bit more confusing. Most people have heard of mediation as a form of alternative dispute resolution, but what exactly is collaborative? That's something that people tend to be less familiar with. Well, collaborative is easiest, I think, to understand if you think about it in contrast with the other two most common ways to get divorced, mediation and litigation. A collaborative divorce happens largely outside of court, like a mediation. Both people have to agree to do a collaborative divorce in order to have a collaborative divorce. You have to both opt in. If one person's not on board, no collaborative divorce. A collaborative divorce is different than mediation because you have your own lawyer by your side for most of the collaborative divorce process. So at most meetings, there's a table with the two people going through the divorce, each of their lawyers, and typically one or more other professionals, perhaps a mental health coach, perhaps a financial professional that can help you resolve your divorce. The whole idea of a collaborative divorce is there's a lot of structure in place to help you make decisions together in order to resolve your divorce outside of court. A lot of people consider collaborative divorce because they think it will be a less acrimonious process, that they will be supported in making decisions outside of court. And that can be true. Great collaboratives are really, really great at supporting both spouses as they make decisions. But if you're going to do a collaborative divorce because you think it is the least expensive way to divorce, I want you to talk to us before you make that decision. Collaborative divorces are less expensive in terms of fees than a full-out high-conflict litigation, but by no means are they inexpensive. I think it is a wonderful process, but you really don't want to pick it just because of cost concerns. One of the things that people like about a collaborative divorce when they learn about it versus mediation is a collaborative divorce can be appealing because while you're having the meetings to try and resolve your divorce, in a mediation, it's typically you, your spouse, and the neutral mediator. You each have your own independent review counsel that you talk to outside of the room to get strategy and thoughts and advice about how to resolve your divorce. But in the room itself, it's generally the three of you, the spouses and the mediator. In contrast, in a collaborative divorce, you have your collaborative divorce attorney next to you in the vast majority of meetings. So for a lot of people, they like the idea of an out-of-court process, but they also like the idea of having a lawyer literally by their side as they meet to try and resolve the divorce. So that begs the question, what is the role of the collaboratively trained divorce attorney in a collaborative divorce? They're next to you in most of the meetings, but what happens? Do the lawyers fight? Do they speak for you? How does their advocacy look in the collaborative context? When you do a collaborative divorce, there's a collaborative divorce agreement that everyone signs. All of the coaches that are involved, maybe the mental health coach, maybe the financial coach, the two collaboratively trained lawyers, and the two spouses who have chosen the process all enter into an agreement. And basically what it says is that neither party will threaten to go to court, will threaten to litigate any action. In a collaborative, what everyone is agreeing to is to pull towards supporting both spouses in reaching an agreement. But that said, you have the benefit of advice and counsel from your own collaborative lawyer. So what's the difference then between a collaborative divorce and a traditional divorce? Well, the first thing is everyone has to agree to do a collaborative divorce. Both spouses have to agree, all the lawyers have to agree, everyone has to be on board. With a litigated divorce, all it takes is one spouse who is ready to not be married anymore, and then you can have a litigated divorce just based on that. Some other differences between a collaborative divorce and a litigated divorce is that in a collaborative divorce, You agree to not go to court if there's any issues you can't resolve. If you do have an issue that you can't get over, you stay in the collaborative process and try to work through it. If you can't, if you try and you try and you can't, your collaborative divorce attorney cannot be your attorney in the subsequent litigation. So you do need to go find a new attorney if you're not able to reach agreements with your spouse on all the things you need to decide in your divorce. There are a lot of different ways to get divorced, and I have a lot of opinions about what works best in different circumstances. We help a lot of people go through the divorce process, and we've really seen the pros and cons of mediation, collaborative litigation, and also have some thoughts about why one might be better than another if there are certain things going on in your family. Please give us a call so that we can talk about this with you, because what really matters most isn't what method you pick, it's what method is right for you.